Welcome to Ideas GHTV. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment. Don't forget to click the notification button. Today, we are talking about Newcastle versus PSG. It was a very entertaining and exciting match. Newcastle have been out of the Champions League for the past 20 seasons. So yesterday, it was a memorable night for the Newcastle team as they host PSG, who have been to the final 3 years ago in the Champions League, where they lost to Bayern Munich in the final. Now, PSG came into the game with a mindset of coming to win the game because they have beaten Borussia Dortmund on the previous night, fortnight ago, that led them winning their group. Now, for the team Newcastle, they were coming into the game with a mindset that at least they could get a draw because this is their first time playing at home in the Champions League. Good for them. They were able to win 4-1. Let's go into the game proper. Coach Luis Enrique set up his team with 4-2-3-1 formation, and that was how they set up, trying to defend and also attack. They tried to catch the Newcastle team on counter as they soak the pressure, then they will count them on counter. But for the interception of a player who is called Bruno Gomes, the Brazilian international who was in the middle for Newcastle, prevented this move from happening. Now, when you look at the Newcastle team, they set up in a 4-3-3 attacking formation, very attacking team minded. Now, the Newcastle team were without some of their players, some of their key players. That is in the shape of Steven Bournemouth and Joe Wellington, alongside their main man, their star player, Callum Hudson, who was not part of the team. Now, Newcastle yesterday played a very good game. When you look at the player ratings that came yesterday for Newcastle, it was very good. Their highest player rating was 8.0. Their highest player rating was 8.0, where the likes of Ishak got 7.3, the likes of Gordon get 7.3 player rating, which shows that Newcastle played very well on the day. The way attacked, the way they were able to defend on the night was very brilliant. Now, when you look at the new team Newcastle, they are in a rebuilding process. But for PSG, Coach Luis Enrique made us know that he's now building a strong side for the Newcastle side. So we all understand. But when you look at the started lineup of PSG, you are expecting them to win. The likes of Kylian Mbappe in there for PSG, the likes of Ousmane Dembele, they were all in the team with Donnarumma in the post, trying to prevent the Newcastle team from scoring. But Newcastle were victorious on the day. It was a very sweet victory for Newcastle. Newcastle had the larger percentage of the ball possession. They had a larger percentage of the ball possession. Their passing was on point. Their attacking was accurate. And everything about Newcastle yesterday was a good game. Now, when you look at the game proper, on the side of PSG, you could see Kylian Mbappe had only 1 shot and 0 shot on target. He had 4 touches in the box for the team PSG. That is the less or the fewest touches he has had since April 2020, where PSG played against Angers. So it's very clear that yesterday the defense of Newcastle were very solid. Coach Eddie Howe make sure that their defense was very solid. In the midfield, the protection was there. Bruno Gomes was able to do the work for them in the middle. That was the reason why Newcastle were able to override the PSG team, that they got the win yesterday. It was a very good one for Newcastle going ahead. Now, when you look at the group, Newcastle are leading the group of F with the likes of AC Milan, Dortmund, and Paris Saint-Germain all in the group. Now, let's take a look at the group. Newcastle, after 2 matches, have 4 points, and Paris Saint-Germain, after 2 matches, have 3 points. AC Milan, on the other hand, 2 points after 2 matches, where they played 2 draws against Newcastle, and Dortmund, they drew 1-1. Now, Dortmund are last on the table with a 1 point. That is how things look for Newcastle in their group. For 20 years that they have not been in the Champions League, I think this is a good start for Newcastle. And going ahead, we wish them all the best, that the team can progress to the next stage of the final, which helps the English football. Once again, it really shows that the English football is a very strong league. The English league is a very strong league against the French league. Once again, PSG were not able to win on the soil of England. On the soil of England, PSG were not able to win. This is the first time they are meeting in all competitions. Mind you, the first time both Newcastle and PSG are meeting in all competitions, that Newcastle came out victorious, and it's a good win for Newcastle going ahead. Thank you for doing the watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to our channel, and also to press the notification button so that you get notification anytime we put up a certain beautiful artifact for you. Thank you for doing the watching.